RPI directory team. My name is Christian.
I'm Dan.
I'm Michael.
All right, so first we're going to talk about what's new as of right now. So on the back-end side of things, we have, so we've always had the API to give search results for people. We now have an API to give statistics on people and names and words. And we also have an API to enable suggestions. So given a prefix, what strings could we possibly want? And we've also added support for user-uploaded pictures to be displayed with their results.
As far as the website goes, we have now account linking, which some of you may have found out. You can link your Google account to authenticate your RPI account, and then you can make, in the future, small changes. But as of now, you can upload a profile picture, as well as the dynamic charts. So as you type on the results page, you'll get real-time charts of statistics of what you're searching for.
And so on the Android app, we spent most of the effort here working on improving the user interface and the user experience, and also keeping up with some of the new features that have been added to the API and the website. So also, it's not too easy to see at the moment, but we've changed to fragments for the UI, which is this fancy new Android feature for making the UIs more flexible. So yeah.
So let's give you guys a quick demo.
All right, so first, this is our traditional API. As you can see, we hit it with the query of Dan. Here are the results. We have Daniel, Bancher, all these pieces of data on them. And so anyone can hit this API and get all this data. It does full text search, so any string in here that matches Dan will show up. So here's Michael. Search, yeah. So here's a search for Michael. And it shows, so this guy had the middle name of Michael. So all the results. So here's our stats API. So this was built using a MapReduce job over all of our data. So here's a query for Christian. The first sublevel indicates that when it's used as a first name, and then every object under that shows the distribution of the other attributes. So obviously, with the first name of Christian, the distribution of first names will be all Christians, 25 of them. So there's 25 Christians in the database. Distribution of last names just shows all the different last names that are possible. We have title down here, and there's more statistics lower down. So year, major, etc. Then we have our suggestion API. So given a prefix, it tells you what you should suggest given the data in our database. So for MICH, we have all these possibilities, but the most popular one's obviously Michael. So you should probably suggest finish it with Michael. Oh yeah, so we also have this API for getting out the images that we let people put in. So if you hit the URL/picture/ their RCS ID, it brings up the image of the whiz. And if the images, if they didn't upload an image, it brings up a generic image. So you shouldn't have to worry about checking whether it exists or not.
So this is our new website, and apologies, the display is a little low resolution, so it doesn't look quite as good as it would on your laptop. But you notice we have a title bar up top and a little navigation never hurts. So you'll notice here, as we type, we're getting real-time suggestions using that new suggestions API. So if we go ahead and click on Michael, you'll notice in a few seconds, we'll have our real-time stats on the right, which gives all the breakdowns of Michael's at RPI by major, and then by down here, it's by year. And they're all interactive charts, as well as you have your traditional results here. So that's a quick breakdown of the main page, and again, it works with any search, but Michael's pretty common. So you can see changes right away, and you get your stats right away, which is pretty neat. So as far as the profile page, you notice that there's a thing here, My Profile. So if you go ahead and click on that, it will authenticate with your Google account if you haven't done so, and it will step you through the process, which you confirm your email. And once you do that, you'll have your profile page here, and you'll notice it knows it's me. And so what you can do here is you can actually drag a picture, which I have right here, and you can drag it right over your current picture, and actually replaces it in real time. which is pretty cool. So I recommend everyone to link their profiles because it makes the search much more visual and it makes it much more exciting, especially on the Android app. Next is our insights. So you notice up here we click on insights. This brings you to this neat page that has, again, we used a MapReduce job to compute all these statistics. And again, it shows breakdown by major. You can use here to kind of go through the different statistics. I won't go through all of them, but some pretty cool trends. You can see, some things are kind of surprising, some aren't, but we're going to add more eventually. But these are the ones that we thought of off the top of our heads. And this is the profile page. Yeah. So now Mike's going to talk about the Android app. And
yes. Okay, so here's the new Android app. The UI's been changed now here to be a little fancier, so we'll just get right into it. So we can search for Christian and see, and we can see that all these images are being loaded on the side, and there we get the same images before that Christian just uploaded. So this is all accessing the API directly, and we again can see the details view and see just more information. So there's not much more about Christian, but if we look at, say, let's see, Morthy has in here. So we see there's a little more information for faculty. Supports more. And so that's most of the functionality in the Android app. Oh, you can also, someone has a phone number or something, you can press it to call them. Yeah, that's about that. So we'll be adding more of the functionality that you see on the website, like the suggestions to the Android app in the future. We'll talk about that. All right, so that's that.
All right, so here's our plan moving forward. On the back end, we're going to try and work in more ability with that. When you link your account, be able to customize more parts of your profile. So, especially for our foreign students who might not have a name that's easy to pronounce, trying to work in support for giving a preferred name that they would have, and that you could search on a preferred name instead of their real name.
And then in the Android app, as I said, we're going to add the search suggestions to that. And we're also going to add support for tablets, a few other small UI enhancements, hopefully, to make it even slicker than it is now.
And as far as the website goes, those statistics on the right now it just assumes their first names, but we're going to use the suggestion API to enhance that so it shows the best statistic possible as you search. And also, again, along with the profile page, adding some functionality to customize your profile, assuming you verified it and everything. So with that, thank you guys. We recommend you link your profiles. It's rpidirectory.appspot.com. And if you have any questions, feel free.
This is absolutely fantastic, by the way. I saw at the API level that you were sanitizing emails as like RCS ID and like dot, like an actual like DOT in the brackets. Yeah, just like that. Were you experiencing any sort of like spam?
No, we just did that just to be cautious.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it's like if I knew the format of this data,
yeah, no,
my bot to just. Yeah,
no, exactly. We log everything, and we haven't gotten any indications of any kind of abuse. So okay. We just did this on our own. So. But yeah, we're going to also make a viewer for these statistics because they're kind of powerful, but I mean, viewing them at an API level kind of doesn't really give it justice. So we're going to make a visual browser so you can browse through like majors and stats and names all visually on the website because it's a little hard to go through the API to kind of visualize it. So
I have two questions. One is the iPhone is updated for this. There's Brendan doing it.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him, but the API still works. So like it will still function. Everything's backward compatible. But he would have to add in the images support.
So second question is for the Office room, you would like to give to map .rti.edu or something.
Right.
And that would be very simple.
Yeah, right, definitely. That's a good idea.
And we didn't mention anything about the chatbot. I find that to be awesome. That's is there?
Yeah, that still works. I mean, there's not much more information that we can put in there.
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, we also have a Google chatbot. So if you add it to your Google Chat for your Gmail, you can search the API via that, and it'll give you a few top results for your search. I find it useful because when I'm getting an email from someone, don't know what their name is, but I see their RCS ID in the email, you plug in there and just say,
yeah, you can search like Michael H, and it'll give you back some results right in your Gmail, which is pretty convenient. So that's just RPI directory, the second one, at rpidirectory.appspotchat.com. So yeah, go ahead and use that for you. Anything else?
I was going to recommend for your displaying of the email address. A lot of services do this already. They basically encrypt it and then decrypt it with JavaScript in your browser. And the encryption doesn't need to be strong at all. It just needs to be something so it doesn't look like an object.
Yeah.
But it can be implemented in like a handful of lines of code.
Right, yeah. Definitely. All right, thank you guys.